If you're doing this challenge, don't be like me. Don't make the same mistakes because you'll make it so much harder on yourself because you might not expect it, but having too much money is actually kind of a challenge in this game. So Simmers, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I want to do another fun little build challenge. I've been wanting to do this build challenge for quite a while, but I just haven't had the time to really sit down and properly set it up. But today, I am ready. I am stoked. I'm very excited to do some building. And the challenge that we're going to do today is every room is a different budget. We're going to use a random number generator to generate a budget for every single room in the house. I've already placed a shell, but I really wanted to focus on interior design today. I've been doing a lot of big builds recently, and I just wanted something that felt a little bit more manageable. So I didn't want to do the outside, I just want to focus on some cozy interior decoration, but with a twist, because let's see how cozy it stays when we have to do rooms within restricted budgets. I'll be using just like the random number generator on Google, and I've set a minimum for myself of 1,000 because I figured if I go lower than 1,000 and we get a kitchen or something, there's like no way I'm gonna be able to make it work. So I figured with 1K simoleons, I'll struggle, but like I'll still be able to do something. And then the maximum is 50K simoleons, which obviously if we have to do like a 50K simoleon toilet, I don't know, we're gonna have to do some really fancy decoration, and we're gonna spin every single room that we do, and then we're gonna decorate it within that budget. I'm gonna actually give my sim the budget so that I can make sure that I don't overspend or underspend, and every single time I wanna try to precisely use the budget for that specific room. So this is the house that I have downloaded, and like I said, I will show you guys who it's from. It is from Danny-bit, or Danny-bit, I don't know how to say that properly, and I specifically looked for an unfurnished house, and when I found this one, I knew it was perfect because this is fully base game. I did not believe my eyes when I saw this. Like, in all honesty, when I saw this on the gallery, I was like, how is this all base game? This is such an amazing build. The builder did such a wonderful job, and I love that it's all base game because if you then see this build and you think that you would enjoy playing in it as well, you can download it. I'll make sure to link their gallery ID in the description box down below as well. But this is the house that we're gonna furnish. I also think that this is like a nice size to start with. So when you come into the house, there is actually like some sort of like a nice landing space. So I think that will be one room as well. It's like a hallway. Then we have a pretty huge living room, which I might actually change out the fireplace. So like I'll want to have a fireplace, but I'll change it out like this one. That means that I have to change my Sims money to 0 again. There we go. But that also means that downstairs next to that we have like another little hallway that leads out to the patio, which I guess we could decorate as well. Like maybe we can do front and back porch as one room. Then we have what I guess is an office, what I guess is a bedroom. There is no bathroom downstairs, and then when we go upstairs, although now that I'm seeing this, I'm actually thinking that these might be bathrooms. I think this is actually a bathroom. I might change that out to tile because I feel like for me, it's going to be confusing if bathrooms have a wooden floor. But considering I don't have any budget right now, hold on. Quickly need to give my sim a little bit of money just so that I can change out the tiles because I want to start with that so that I kind of have like an idea of where I want every room to go. That does mean that there are only 2 bathrooms in this house. This is supposedly then a walk-in closet, I think. I'm very curious to see. There's also a fireplace here. Let's get rid of that too so that we actually have to use a fireplace. I am seeing 3 bedrooms and only 1 bathroom. So that's not a lot. I might actually adjust this a little bit and make that a bigger bathroom. That fits in the hallway anyways. I'm just making sure that the floor plan like works for what I'm about to do, because obviously with a limited budget challenge, I still want to try and make a house that is as functional as possible so that by the end I can also upload my version so that you can download it if you want to play in it. I won't be limiting myself in packs though, so I'm definitely going to be using a bunch of packs. So if you want to download the shell that's fully base game, this is your opportunity to do so. But yeah, let's actually get started, and I think I'm just going to go room by room based on what we find in the house. So we're going to start with this little landing space, and I'm really hoping that I don't immediately start with a huge budget because let's be real, we don't really need a huge budget to decorate this, but I do think it deserves some love. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking maybe I'll do hallway space. Like I'll take this little landing as part of the living room, and for hallway, I'll do these 2. Because I'm just realizing that this is sort of like a weird... I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this space, because right now I'm seeing like a lot of different options. Maybe for hallway, I'll pick this landing and this area over here, and then I'll turn this into like a little bit of an office or something, because right now this is just walkable space, and then this I could turn into another bedroom. Maybe I like that more. I like the idea of the office maybe having like, or being next to the stairs, but then we're gonna spin for this room and this room. So like entryway and basically entryway to the patio. I have my little number generator up here. Let's generate our first amount. Oh God. 46,459. That is a ridiculous amount to decorate this space. Okay, so I guess something that we can definitely do to make this as expensive as possible is using a bunch of expensive bookcases to decorate it. I think I'm gonna ignore unlocks, and that way we will actually have access to some of the most expensive bookcases. Like that one is 2K. Although I feel like that one doesn't really fit. That one is even more expensive, but has a TV in it, which I don't really think fits necessarily. You're telling me I have to make a hallway that is 50K? That's actually ridiculous. Okay, you know what? This bookcase is 2K and it actually kind of fits the style as well. So let's just start by actually placing a bunch of these, or a bunch. I guess that's all we can do. I guess we could move this door and then we can have another one. We could like go around the corner like this, and then maybe we can have a nice plant in here that's also gonna be expensive. I'm just gonna literally use all the most expensive items. Plants are not that expensive. They are when you're trying to do a limited build. Like when you're trying to do a limited build in terms of money, all of a sudden plants are ridiculously expensive. But I'm trying to spend money here, and it's all of a sudden all the plants are too cheap. What is this? What is this world? I think something that also would be huge is using expensive rugs, because those can get really pricey really fast. Well, okay. Again, rugs are also items that apparently when you're doing a limited budget build are insanely expensive. But then when you're trying to do an actual build where you want to spend money, they're not that bad. That's rather unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to work with very expensive paintings. You know what I realized? Maybe instead of this bookcase, what we could do over here is we can go for cabinets. And then these ones are 200, they're 250. Okay, so that's not too big of a difference. But that way we can sort of like make a little built-in item. Okay, that has plates in it, so that doesn't make a lot of sense for here. We could use the one from the new kit, the one that came with the mudroom one that we literally got yesterday. Maybe that could be an idea. That actually kind of works for this being a hallway space as well. And those are expensive. Oh, we be using these ones. I'm sorry. These also fit a little bit better, I think, compared to the actual kitchen cabinets. And then we can do a hallway table. Okay, this kit literally coming in super clutch right now. I'm just debating about these windows here because I like them, but I think I want to have that wall space so that I can hang like a mirror and something. Okay, I'm slowly getting somewhere, but I am quite literally using every single little bit of available space to add more items that are expensive. So this is what we have so far, and I think it's starting to actually look pretty cute, but I've used less than 10,000. So I think it is time to go into like the really expensive items. I see that we have this MVP trophy, which honestly could actually be kind of cute as some hallway decoration. So I'll put that in here. Okay, so here we have a bunch of very expensive items, but these are all like set pieces. So those don't really work, I would say. Most expensive items are also just 1K. Why did I think we had way more expensive items in the game? Like, why am I thinking we have way more Is it debug items that are way more expensive? Because we have things like this that are also only 2.5K. If I go to show all and then to most expensive, let's see what the most expensive item in the game is. Okay, this is everything. Let's scroll all the way down. Oh wait, now it's not, of course it's not sorted by price. It's only sorted by price within every category. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Something that is quite expensive is washing machines. And honestly, maybe that could be something that we add into this hallway somewhere. If there is any way that we could add that like space-wise, because right now the space is a bit awkward with the bookcases, but I guess we could make that work. Hold on, I have an idea. What if I moved this to the side, like a little bit off to the side? Because that also gives us more space over here to potentially add a second cabinet. Okay, I am still left with 35,000 and I do not know what to do with my money. And that doesn't happen very often in The Sims. So I guess we're gonna have to bring in some more desperate measures. We're gonna have to bring in the night, and I'm gonna have to decorate with adding this statue in different places. I mean, it's not even that bad. Okay, I'm left with 19K. That actually goes quite fast. I mean, if I can just have one more somewhere, then I'm getting to a point where I feel like I could actually potentially get this decorated. You know, fun fact, this one is already too expensive. Curious, can we size this one down? Hold on, I want to size it down to like 0.3. Okay, 0.1 then. Preferably even a little bit smaller. Look, that's actually really cute. And that saves us a lot of spending that we have to do. And now I only use the knight statue twice. It's only once here and once here. I'm happy that first I genuinely seriously tried to decorate before I went ham with like these kind of crazy solutions. I'm also happy that these kind of silly solutions are available to us. Okay, so we have 7K left. We should be able to do that, right? Especially because this is still pretty empty. So I guess we can get some more clutter. Okay, 5K. Let's get some picture frames. I love how I'm like, oh, let's get some picture frames. Those are literally free. Okay, 2K, but we're getting there. I'm actually kind of surprised. This is closer than I thought I would get because the amount of time I've spent on this is actually ridiculous. Okay, but that's kind of perfect. Hold on. I want that little purse. I like that. I think that looks cute. That definitely looks like a very nice hallway. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have? Because we have 1K left. That should be easy, right? With a sculpture or anything. Like, there's already things that are too expensive that we cannot afford anymore. We have the Princess Royal bust. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can use that somewhere. Hold on. Let me put the candles up here and let me size that down. Or actually, no, I hate that one. Hold on. Maybe we can get an award. Like, I feel like we already have quite some things that look like prizes. So I guess this person is, I don't know what their job is, but they have like some prizes here. There's some prizes here. I think that can work. Now we have only 12 simoleons left. Is there anything that I can buy that is exactly 12? Okay, I've done a double check, but I can't find anything that's just 12. But here we are. 2 hallways in total for 46,000. Little more than 46,000 actually. We have 2 simoleons left. I think this is where I'm gonna have to leave this challenge. I think we need to move on to the next room. Let's go to the living room. Watch me get such a low, like ridiculously low amount for this. Okay, almost 22K. It's not too bad actually. Let's set it and let's work our way through the living room. I want to start by adding a fireplace back. But I think I want something that is a little bit more modern than we had originally, or like a little bit more family home at least. I think that one is actually really nice. What I might actually do is I might make like a separate little seating area around the fireplace that doesn't have the TV. Okay, I've used a big portion of the budget now, but I've also already done quite some decoration. So over here, I created this like cozy sort of like fireplace and kids playroom nook. I know that realistically it doesn't make the most sense to have like a kids playroom nook next to your fireplace, but I guess in The Sims it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not like kids can actually get burned or anything. But I figured it's actually kind of cute to have this super close together because I don't know, it just gives that ultimate homey feeling. I do realize that we need some curtains. So I think I'll just add these, like some simple curtains, because I think they fit the space pretty well. And then I just started working on the TV nook because I feel like it's actually nice. I'm using one of those frame TVs, and I think it's actually kind of nice if we make that like just a cozy like spot for the family to watch TV together. And then you basically have just sort of like 2 separate areas in the living room. Considering this is such a huge living room, I almost feel like we have to do something like this to fill the space, because otherwise I don't think we're gonna ever fill this space. And now I just need to have a plant that goes in that corner without jumping up the platform. I was thinking maybe like activity table or something like that, but that could be potentially kind of perfect in this corner over here because that would be close to the kids' corner already. Because the thing is, I feel like this is definitely one of those houses where you would play with a bigger family, judging by how big the house is. I'm just gonna like create sort of a cozy space here. And then looking at the things that I'm placing, I've been thinking maybe this can be like a nursery. We can add like a baby room or a toddler room, because that would also be easy since this is the bigger bathroom. We could have a bathtub in here, and this can be a nursery. And then you also don't have to like carry your kids constantly from upstairs to downstairs. I think that might actually be really nice. Okay, I think that kids corner is getting somewhere to being done. The thing is, I also need to make sure that I have enough money to decorate the whole space because we still have this entire space left. I am just realizing something. I don't have a kitchen. How did I even forget this? I just completely realized that this space probably is also supposed to hold the kitchen. Imagine if I just finished this entire build and there was no kitchen. That would have been rather stupid, now wouldn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess this is going to be kitchen then, but then all of a sudden this budget is not that big and I might have to adjust some things that I've done. Because then we're going to do, I mean, I still have the space for it. I think it should be okay. Like if we do kitchen dining area over here. But let's start with getting a nice family table and getting some chairs in here. And then I would like to have a kid's chair as well, like a high chair, I think. Okay, I'm not even super mad about this floor plan. This is working out better than I anticipated. We definitely have to get some kitchen like wallpaper in here. I'll just go like this. And then honestly, I kind of want to get this wallpaper and continue it over here because that brings some of the warmth. And then we have 9K to do the kitchen. I think that's absolutely doable. And we're definitely going to need to add some more lighting because right now the kitchen is rather dark, but I guess that's okay. Okay, so far so good. I like it. I think it's cute. I mean, we could technically split it up totally, but I think I'll keep it like this. But we have our main okay, that column doesn't work with the fridge. I'm just realizing this is actually partially blocking the fridge. Hold on, let me get another one. I need a way more narrow column. Okay, I need better lights before I do anything else because I would spend all my money on other things and then realize that I forgot I needed good lights in here. I might use the same ones that I used in the hallway. And then I think it would be convenient if we have a little bit more appliances in the kitchen. I don't think we have a lot of space for an island, but like a mini island would be sort of convenient. What if it's not an island, but just cabinets? Or am I now being one of those people that is forcing an island into a kitchen where there's no space for it? Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people now. Okay, so I guess the only way that we could do this is if we go around the corner. The reason I want this is because it will give us some extra counter space to work with. We could maybe put a spandrel. Then it looks like there used to be a wall there and they sort of opened it up. That could actually be cute. Does it actually give me a lot of extra counter space? Not really, but hopefully just enough so that I can also place a microwave. That's what I really wanted to do. Oh, and I don't have a stove hood yet. So let's get that as well. Okay, we have 110 left. That's not super bad. Let's actually get maybe another ceiling light. If I can afford one that's not super ugly, would be nice. Okay, my favorite one is too expensive, so I guess we're gonna go just for the saucer light. But I do want to change the light tone to be a bit warmer. And I think we also need a saucer light in the kitchen and then make that warmer too. Okay, we have 10 bucks left. I think we should be able to get like a last clutter item, maybe a little plant or something that is 10 bucks. That exists. Oh, we can get a mug. Hold on. That's perfect. That's $5. We can get 2 mugs for the table. There we go. I did it. I can't believe that halfway through, I literally just realized that I had just completely forgotten there needs to be a kitchen. And I still have 2 living spaces. I still have all the kids' clutter and like all the activities. I still have a nice full like dining setup and kitchen. The kitchen is relatively small considering how big this room is, but I kind of like it. I think it's cute. And I like the fact that it has a lot, but it's not perfect yet. There's like still a bunch of things in terms of activities and stuff that you could add to this room. Like there's no piano or anything. And I do think you can upgrade this, but I like it. I think it's cute. Okay, so then the next one that I want to focus on is this little room here, which is technically a hallway. And I think I want to turn this into an office. And depending on the budget, I might want to add like some skill building items or something. Okay, we got 5.5K. Finally, a reasonable amount. Finally, a reasonable amount that I can work with. Okay, I've set the budget. I want to start. I actually like having that warmer wallpaper. I think it looks very pretty. And I want to start by adding a desk setup because I think most of our budget is actually going to go towards that. So let's get that. Let's get a computer. Let's not get the most expensive computer considering we don't have a huge budget for here. Okay, wait. I'm trying to figure out like layout wise. Maybe it's better if the desk is here because then here in the back we can add some bookcases. And now we'll have to use the cheaper bookcases instead of the more expensive bookcases. We can use the ones from the Book Nook kit or maybe the ones from the business kit. Those are actually really cute, especially because we have 3 different variants. Oh, that looks really cozy. Okay, I like that a lot. And let's get a nice little rug in here. Okay, so we have a little desk set up. I actually might get a more expensive computer if I have the money for it. Maybe having like a beanbag chair or something. Like a chair that looks like it's easy to move. Because I guess if you get something like this, it looks like it's a more permanent chair, but If you get one of those chairs that looks a little bit, I mean, I guess something like this could also work. We can just have it in front of the bookcase a bit. Actually, maybe I'll add the chair on this side. That makes a bit more sense. I just realized that the stairs haven't been painted. There we go. And then we have this little corner over here. Since we have 2K left, I might actually already switch out the computer for a slightly more expensive one. Also looks a bit better, I guess. We could go for this one. Now we only have 5K left. I think that's actually nice. Ideally, I would have placed the washing machines here, but I mean, let's be real. We kind of need them in the other space to fill everything up. So let's see if we have something else that would make sense. I was thinking maybe like fish tank or something, but I think none of those really fit here. Although, you know what we could do? We could have one of the plants here and then we could have a fish tank. Or like a hamster would be fun, but it doesn't really fit the space, which is unfortunate. And you can't really size it down. That doesn't work either. I think technically your Sims can walk through this, but it's not ideal. I guess we could move the door. Like the door could go here and we can have that painting over here. I might size it down a bit and like go like this. Then your Sims can use this space, I think. I like the idea of having a hamster in here. I think it's actually kind of cute. And then I think your Sims should be able to like walk in here and use this space. I have 92 left, which is actually kind of nice because I need a light, because I'm gonna get rid of this light. Then I have a bit more money because I would like to get another ceiling light. Let's see which one is cute. Maybe I can get this one. And that actually perfectly works with my budget. What the heck? That is amazing. I can't believe that light is exactly 140. This is great. Okay, there we have our little like office and hallway space. I love it. I'm loving the color scheme of this house. I love that I didn't change out the flooring because normally I never use this flooring because I think it's a bit too warm, but I'm feeling like it's really working and I like it. I would love to play in this house actually. Okay, so next up we have our, let's go for the nursery. 29,000. Sure, that's quite a lot of money, but maybe for a bedroom we can make that work. Let's start by changing the wallpaper because for a nursery I definitely want to use something else and I might want to go for that wallpaper. Do I want to go for that wallpaper all around? I actually think that's kind of cute. That actually saves us money rather than make it more expensive, but alas, I guess that's fine. I have placed all the things that I got like from the fairy menu. I think in terms of layout of this room, I have to figure out what I want to do because right now the crib is placed like this, although technically I guess you're supposed to place it like this, but I'm not mad about having it like this, honestly. I think it's kind of cute. And then for now we can have the baby crib just right next to it. Oh my god, this gnome one is perfect for a kid's room. Okay, we're using that one. I love that one so much. That is adorable. So I'm gonna have to get creative with like more expensive items. I think maybe having another bookcase in here might help, like expensive bookcases. These are kind of expensive, but they're also ginormous and I don't think I have the space for it. Like I might have the space for one, to be honest, like next to the crib. The problem is now you can't use the crib anymore. So I'm guessing like I can do that if I switch around the crib to be facing like this, but I actually really like the layout like this to have the blanket on the side. So I think we're gonna have to use another bookcase. Like we have some bookcases that are expensive that also feel quite enchanted. We have this one, which I don't think fits a kid's room. We have this one, which has tall wall height, but we could size it down. Doesn't really give kids room. We have this one, which is quite expensive and is giving kids room. So maybe I'll use this one, to be honest. Maybe we can get some more expensive paintings in here. Although a lot of the really expensive paintings are not suited for a kid's room. That's actually really beautiful. I do really love it. Maybe I'll add that. Hold on. What if I add this above the baby crib and this up? That is giving fantasy. But then we still have 22K left. So I think, you know, it's a fantasy room. So maybe we're going to bring out the knights again. Okay. That gives us 14K. I might bring out this one again as well because I, yet again, feel like it could work. It's not even a super bad match. I think it looks cute. Okay, now we have 2K left. We can fill the space with 2K. Maybe we can get a little shelf so that we can add like a bunch of these decor items. Like we can add a shelf above here. And then I'm gonna have to place all of this on the shelves. And I don't understand why all of this clutter does not snap to shelves. I have stuff like this that I haven't really used. It's just at this point, I feel like this room is getting so incredibly cluttered. Like it feels like an accurate kid's room if you think about it. I really like adding the giraffe, but at this point in this room, I'm genuinely like, where do I even add it? These things are just all not very expensive. I did not anticipate that I would struggle this much with having too much money. Almost the entire challenge. This is starting to get a bit ridiculous. This is one of the most clutterful bedrooms I've ever done. I guess I could get rid of that light and get a more expensive light as well. But then we're still not out of money. We can have a little picture frame, I guess. That does take some money, which is good. Okay, 500, so 600 left. I have this little giraffe statue. That could actually be kind of cute to add somewhere. I don't know where because I have barely any surface space left. 54, that's it. That's not a lot. We can do it. A little basket with maybe some clothes or I don't know, from the mudroom kit. I think with 4 simoleons, because I don't think we have anything that's 4 simoleons. Like I think the cheapest things are 5. So I think that's it. I think that's our ridiculously expensive nursery. This house is so expensive for no reason. Like it's already 150,000, even though I have not even furnished the entire downstairs floor. But I am really liking how this house is turning out though. Like because of the budget challenge, I'm really pushing myself to clutter and to decorate in ways that I've never done before. But I guess the last room downstairs is our downstairs bathroom. Let's spin for that one. Ooh, okay. Only 3K. That's not a lot, but I'm not mad for that, to be honest. Because I was kind of afraid I'd have to do another like 60K bathroom. That's above the max, but like 50K bathroom or something. But we can work with this, I think. Definitely want a shower tub combo in this bathroom because this is the bathroom that you would also use for the kids. I think actually this budget for a bathroom is a big challenge. So maybe we actually have to get things separate because the shower tub combos in this game are very expensive. So I think we could do cheaper if we do a separate shower there and then we do a separate cheaper bathtub, which I think also maybe for the space just works a bit better. I guess this is actually kind of nice. And then we can have a sink and everything over here. Okay, so I've decorated a little bit. I've added like a little wall shelf over here. Actually, you know what? I might move this item into the shower, like little caddy. I'm trying to figure out the height, but it's always really difficult when you're doing this from like top view. And then I want to add this above the bathtub. I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, that looks better. Other than that, I've just cluttered this a little bit. And then we have the bathroom. There's like a little medicine cabinet above the toilet as well. I don't have a lot of money left, like 44. So I think it might be nice to maybe have a plant in here. Just like a little bit of greenery could do. Now I have 4 simoleons left, so that's it, I guess. But honestly, this is not bad. I'm actually kind of happy with how this bathroom turned out. And also I like that the washing machine and everything is right next to the bathroom. I do think that makes sense floor plan wise. I did also spend some money on getting a different wallpaper to match the kitchen tiles because I really like the kitchen tiles and I think color wise it matched a bit better if it was also warmer. But that means that we finished the entire downstairs. And I originally was thinking I wanted to do the patios as well, but I've already been recording for like over 1.5 hours for this build, for this challenge. So I might have to make sure that I actually finish this on time. But we've already spent 155K simply on doing this. But I'm really liking how this is turning out. It feels so warm and cozy. So that means that we're going to move upstairs and let's immediately spin for that next bathroom. And I'm a little bit scared because this is a tiny bathroom and I really don't want a lot of money for it. 9K. Okay, that's actually kind of perfect. Let's freaking go. Because then maybe here we can in fact add a shower tub combo and just go for the most expensive one. And then from here kind of work our way. Here we can actually use the more expensive counters then. Let's go for this. We're gonna just do very similar decoration to what we've done downstairs, but I'm just gonna like splurge a little bit more on some items, I guess. Okay, we have 4K left. I want to change out the lights, but that's actually gonna be more, or like that's gonna be cheaper. So let's see. Okay, definitely gonna use some more expensive decoration then. Something else that could work is if we get like a bunch of toilet paper and just stack it like on the toilet. Just cost more money. That is more clutter. We still have 4K left though, so this is not like I'm adding a bunch of clutter, but it's not really going anywhere that fast. So that's kind of frustrating. Still 4K. I keep adding things. We might have to get a bit more creative here. What am I gonna add that is 3K? I guess we can add that painting or something. I just have to figure out where. There's not a lot of space. Like hanging it there doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe we can put it here. That way it looks like that painting is like kind of on that shelf. That's actually cute. Okay, we have 300 left. That should be doable, right? Actually, 9K for this bathroom was quite a lot. I would have rather had 9K for the bathroom downstairs, but alas, I am sure I can put this plant somewhere that makes sense. There we go. We have 3 simoleons left. I think that's it. I think that's our 9K bathroom. Again, one of the most cluttered bathrooms I have ever made, but I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty cute. Okay, so then next up, let's see, what are we gonna do? I think this is the master bedroom with sort of like an added bedroom. I'm guessing this is going to be like a walking wardrobe, or let's at least treat it like that because it has the sliding doors. And there was a fireplace here originally, but I think I'm going to go main bedroom now. Main bedroom, 26,000. That's ridiculous. I think I put my budgets too high. At this point in the video, I'm realizing maybe going from 1K ranging to 50K for a room was a little bit too much. Maybe I should have gone from like 1K to maybe 15K or something. I don't know. I don't know. Rooms just differ that much, and it's hard. But I guess we're gonna set our budget. Okay, so master bedroom. And considering we have a lot of money, let's get an expensive bed. Maybe not that one because I think it's ugly, but let's get one of the most expensive beds in the game. I don't think I've ever done like a yellow and pink combo, but I'm kind of liking it. I think it's really soft. And then since this is such a big bedroom and we're gonna have a separated wardrobe, I think it might be nice to have like a little seating area. I'm trying to figure out if I like this sofa here or if I want to place the sofa like this, because that opens up the room a lot more. I still think it looks cozy. Maybe we can get one of the chairs. I think the kit from my Shuna son that time also came with a poof. I guess we could get that and put it like here in the corner. Then I think because we have quite some money left still, I'm gonna have to get some... I do still have to decorate the wardrobe as well, so I am aware of that. We definitely need to make sure that we have enough money for it. I was thinking maybe something like this could be cute up there. Okay, I'm actually kind of liking this. Let's try to decorate the walk-in wardrobe, which is going to be difficult because it has so many windows. So I think like that we won't have a lot of... I think I know what I want to use. Yeah, The Sims really needs to update their categories because at this point it's almost impossible to find anything. Like, I know these items exist, I just don't know how to find them. I know they came with high school years, so I'm just gonna filter on that. Yeah, so they are in here. So I was thinking we could maybe use these items. The thing is, I can't even use like two next to each other. Okay, this is a bit of a weird walk-in wardrobe. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like my best creation ever, but I just don't know what to do with the space. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just go like this, sort of add some curtains. Like, I guess it works. I personally wouldn't want to have this, but I guess it's fine. I'm trying to figure out what we can add. Like, ideally, we could add a TV or something that they could see from the sofa because TVs are expensive. So that would be good for the money. But the TVs that I could actually add here that I think would look somewhat good are too big and don't really fit here, I think. Like, I would have to add this over here like this, and then we can add a TV up there. For cluttering purposes, I do think it's kind of cute that someone is like using their laptop on the bed. And now all of a sudden we have just 1K left. Actually, that could be kind of cute. That kind of fits the room. Okay, and then we could still add a painting or something above the bed. Let's use that one again. And then I have 10 left that can be used for something that is like a clutter item. Maybe they had like a cup of coffee next to their bed, and the other person, maybe it can be something in their room that their kids made. I think that's cute. We did it. That's another room done. Oh my goodness. I have a little like office or walk-in space. This could be like a skill building room, I guess, because we don't have a lot of skill building in here, and we have 2 bedrooms left, and I am gonna adjust my budget because none of these rooms should be more expensive than 20K. I think if we have 20K, that's already too much, but I'll change it because I'm done with doing the really expensive rooms. It was dumb. I take back what I take back all my ideas before. I don't think I should have done this way. I can't believe I've stuck with it so far. I've already been recording for more than 2 hours, by the way. 15K. I spun without knowing the room, but I guess I'm gonna spend 15K on this bedroom, or actually 16K almost. I think I want to make this a bedroom for a teenager. So just for ease of use, I'm gonna just full on go for the vibe from the wow, speaking is difficult today. I'm full on gonna go for the vibe of high school years. I'm just gonna max all the items that we have in that pack because I think it's gonna be perfect. Okay, so I've grabbed like all the random things from the catalog that I think would look good. And now I just need to actually like sort of decorate the room. I still have a lot of money left, but I don't have a desk or a computer yet, so I think that's okay. I also didn't have any curtains yet, but now I do, so that's good. And I still also really need a rug in this room. So I guess I want to go for something purpley to match the wardrobe. I think that's cute. Maybe the cow one could actually be kind of nice. Or actually this one. Yeah, let's go for this one. I feel like that's definitely a vibe. And then I want to change the color of the chair to maybe go for like the pink one. That's cute. Then we definitely need more wall decor. Expensive wall decor preferably. Or not even just expensive, but just maybe a lot. I feel like this teenager would definitely have like some more expensive items or just like a lot of posters and stuff. I think that fits. That's actually kind of cute. What could also be kind of cool is if we do get some shelving, just like along this wall, as if that's almost like extra built-in storage. I think that helps fill the space a bit. Okay, we have 7K left. See, even now it is so difficult to actually use the entire budget. We can have a TV in here, actually, because she already has a sofa. We can get an expensive TV. Okay, 2K left. She doesn't really have any plants, so maybe we can try to work with that. Just don't have a lot of surface space left to place any plants, to be honest. I'm a bit stuck on how I'm gonna spend this money. I guess we can pull the same trick we did for the parents, and that's just to exchange the trophies too for a more expensive one. Okay, now we have 200 left. That is definitely doable. We can get another poster above the desk. Okay, so I guess we could go for something like this because that is 210. That's actually perfect. Okay, that's another room done. And I am afraid that is actually all the time that I have to record for this video because I have to get to a wedding. Ironically enough, I thought to myself that I could be recording this video in, I don't know, like, an hour and a half or something. I've been recording for almost 2.5 hours at this point. So I'm gonna have to save this and do the last part of the recording, the last part of the challenge later. Okay, we are back. This is another day, a new time to work on this house. We have 2 more rooms. I'm gonna try to, focus and get this done. We're gonna start with the hallways and this sort of little skill building space. So let's roll the dice. Let's see. 8.6, that's not a lot, but we can work with that. I'm gonna start with the skill building space because I'm guessing that's gonna probably cost the most money. Maybe I should give myself the money. That would actually be useful. So in this little room, I am thinking like anything that is going to be useful for maybe like earlier game skill building, because either this is a house that you buy when you're a bit further into the game, but then early game skill building is still useful, or this is a house that you would buy when you like start off with a bigger family and you cheat a little bit of money. I think I would like to get an easel because that is always a really good like early game skill. We could get a piano here. We don't have a piano downstairs. The pianos aren't cheap though. Maybe we can get the keyboard. That one isn't super expensive. Maybe if we get like a keyboard and a guitar, then your Sims can like work on their music skill, which I think is useful. This could just be like a little creative room. I guess a chess table would be really nice. Maybe we can add that too. Let's see if I have space for that because this room isn't super big. I think if I add it like this, your Sims will be able to enter this room still to like walk around it. And then we have a piano, a guitar, a chess table, and a easel. Then I guess what would be nice is if we have a canvas so that it looks like maybe they were painting, like we can put it against the wall as a little bit of decoration. And then I think I want to focus my attention to the hallway because otherwise I'll run out of budget. But like these ones, I guess could be pretty. Oh, those are expensive. I guess that is fine, but that just means that room, we have to call it done now. And then in the hallway space, there's only a couple of things that I want to add. I would like to have one of those longer rugs. And then there's one thing that I always love to add to my hallways. And there's this specific wardrobe from the pets pack that I always feel like also with the items in it, it just looks like a little towel cabinet. Oh, I just realized then I also need to make sure that that part is painted, but that actually makes sense. I am just realizing that office space is actually open at the top. That is really cute. Now I like it even more that skill building space is here because now it almost feels like it's connected and it belongs to each other. Like it belongs together. I think that's really nice. Other than that, I think maybe I'll just decorate with like some more paintings. We can have something like this. I always think that's actually pretty cute. I'm now realizing that I don't actually have any items for pets in this house, but what we could do now that we have a little bit of budget in this space is we could, of course, like maybe instead of getting this plant that we've used so many times, I could get like a smaller cat tree. Like that's actually kind of cute. Then this hallway space is also a bit functional. We only have 1K left. Okay, so there's already paintings that we cannot afford. That is actually perfect. Like that feels really nice for this hallway space as well. Let's put that above the litter box actually. That is also like right next to the door of the main bedroom. So I feel like that is a fit. And now we have 35 left. Let's see if there is a plant that we can get because I guess I can move this pet bowl a little bit and then that is 30. Let's get this. That's actually kind of cute. Is there anything we can get? Probably there's something we can get for $5 because I know some items are $5, but okay. In the clutter section, we have this pet food, which, hold on, that would be kind of perfect. I'll just get the cat variant and then I'll move that up on this cabinet here. There we go. Now the cat food is in the hallway as well, and we have exactly 0 simoleons left. That means that we're gonna spin for the last bedroom, which I said was gonna be a children's bedroom. 14K. We can work with that. We can work with 14K for sure. Let's start by getting some curtains. And considering this is a kid's room, I would like to use some of the curtains that fit a kid's room. And I know which one I want. Now I just have to find them. I want to use these ones because I think they're really cute. And then I want to use them in a color. I might actually go for the blue one. That's super cute. Let's also get the blue and purple wallpaper. I think that's actually kind of a nice match. And considering we have quite some budget to spare, I might actually get a double bed for the kid. I'm just going to use the pride bed because the colors really match, but let's be honest, it never hurt anyone to have some pride in their room. I think it might actually be better if the bed is in that corner. That feels a bit more natural. Okay, so I'm almost done decorating the room and I have 18 simoleons left. I have been cluttering like a mad person on this room. Okay, 8 simoleons left. I guess then this could be the final little piece that we add. 3. There's nothing in the game that is only 3 simoleons, unfortunately, but this is the final room. This is what we're working with. I added a lot of decoration. I decided that this kid is probably really into music. They also got like the old TV from the parents with the old GameCube, and they have like a little tablet to do their homework on. They have a very nice like colorful blue and purple room. And then I decided to give them a violin and also like some music awards and maybe some dancing awards because I feel like this kid might be just really like into music and dancing. And yeah, that's the final room. I think that concludes the entire house. The total finished value is almost 200,000. I think it is safe to say that if you're doing this challenge, don't be like me. Don't make the same mistakes because you'll make it so much harder on yourself because you might not expect it, but having too much money is actually kind of a challenge in this game. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. I'm really happy with how the house turned out. It was definitely a challenge, but I would love to play here. I think this house is actually really cute, and in one way or another, this house actually pushed my limits in the game, and I did really feel like I did things that I normally don't do. If you enjoyed this video, please toss it a cheeky like. If you're not subscribed to my channel, this would be the perfect time to do so, and let me know in the comments down below what your favorite part of this house is. And with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone!